It's a sad day on Voiding Warranties. We had an accident happen the other day. We had some kids playing in the backyard, our kids and some neighborhood kids, and one of them had the bright idea to feed the fish. So he took the auto feeder and he jiggled it around, and something happened where half the food in the auto feeder dumped out into the fish pond. And when that happened, well, our kids came inside, told us, and I cleaned up as much of the food as I could, but in the morning, we had a bunch of dead fish. In fact, most of our goldfish died, including the one koi we had in there. They just gorged themselves on food until they exploded. We managed to save a couple fish, but it's time to do something different.
Voiding warranties, where not all of our problems are because of bad prior planning, just most of them. Every now and then we just have bad luck.
These are my remaining 5 goldies, and the only reason why they survived is they're just too small to grab huge chunks of food all at the same time. Their little mouths couldn't get enough of it quick enough. Bad news is, they're all the small ones. All the big ones are gone. Good news is, at least I'm not starting from scratch. Now, I tried feeding these guys a little while ago, and they're still not ready for it. Oh, maybe I was wrong. But they sure got themselves sick a couple days ago. Who wants some more food? Who wants some more food? That guy wants some more food. Now, in spite of the loss of the fish and other bad news I've had recently, things are actually doing pretty well with the plants. I've got several new plants, including this bean plant here, and they're dropping roots, and soon those roots will be filtering the water as it flows through the trough. So when I get new fish in, I don't have to worry about their water being all murky and nasty. And because I had to cycle the water, it's all pretty clean right now. That's good for the fish, but the plants need a little bit more nutrients, so I need to get it stocked with fish soon. Here's a pepper plant over here that's a little bit wilty right now. It's still dealing with the change in total dissolved solids in the water, but it'll be fine. Oh, look at this! I've got some basil over here, and this stuff, it loves to build nice, dense root structures, great for cleaning out water. So as soon as this gets all the way to the bottom, where it's actually at the bottom of the trough, this will start cleaning out all the water, all the impurities, and it'll be good for the plants. And then I can take these roots, I can trim them down when they get too big and start obstructing flow, and then I can toss them into my garden, where they'll decompose and form wonderful soil. So here's part of that last basil plant. This part was actually kind of hanging off to the side, and I didn't like that. Eventually it would just get broken off. So instead, I pulled it off, got a little bit of the root structure, and I'm going to replant it, and hopefully this will start growing on its own. Alright, here I've got the basil plant planted, I've got the roots coming out the side, and this will be great because when I put it in the trough, it'll already have roots touching the water. These roots will branch out and make a big root ball, and this root ball will start filtering almost immediately. It's great. Let's get that in there. Alright, let's quickly talk about the other plants I have here. I have some sweet banana peppers. Now, I love peppers. They have lots of flavor, lots of nutrients. They grow pretty well, and they like aquaponics. Got a big Bertha bell over here. We're trying that for the first time this year. I've got either some cilantro or some parsley. I've got both, and I'm not sure which one this is, but we'll find out soon enough. More basil. One tomato plant, and look at that root structure. This has only been here a couple days, but it's already dropping roots into the water. Tomatoes like to make huge root balls. They can actually become a mess and start overwhelming the trough. So I'm going to have to keep these trimmed down, but right now it's just doing great. Back here, I've got a yellow bell, and this guy's doing pretty well. Now, these roots are mostly from the original roots that came with the plant that I took out and squished through part of the net cup here, but it's also grown a bit on top of that, so that's wonderful. I have some mint that I trimmed off of the big mass of mint, which is now in the trash, and this mint's growing pretty well. Again, nice root structure. I tried transferring some broccoli, and this stuff, well, Didn't survive, but that's okay. We can rip it out a little later. And back here in the back, I've got myself some eggplant. Now, we'll see how this does. I've tried eggplant before, kind of hit or miss. I think it might be drowning in the water right now. I might need to move it somewhere else, but I have high hopes so far. Now, what's done is done. I'm gonna have to find fish to put in here, and I could restock it with goldfish and keep the goldfish that I still have that are alive, all 5 of them. Or I could go a different path. Originally, I wanted to use aquaponics to raise fish that I could eat. I don't want to eat goldfish. But you know what I do like eating? Perch. Perch are tasty fish, they're fast, they're hardy. And you know what? I've got a friend who has some. I'm gonna go get some perch, restock this pond, toss in the old goldfish, see what happens. And I'm hoping for the best this time.
Blub 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 blub. I'm a goldfish, and you know what I like? I like food. But I also like this video. So I'm going to click subscribe so I can see more videos like this. Blub blub blub. Oh, I am a goldfish as well, and I also like this video. So I'm going to click on more of them and watch more. That's almost as good as fish flakes. Yum yum.